Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Annalisa and this is going to be a very silly little video about me taking queer themed quizzes from quotev.com. I'm going to skip past the what is your romantic or sexual orientation because I already know that. Let's do the terminology quiz and see if I'm any good at it. Also, before I start this terminology quiz, I just realized as I'm reading the first thing, that terminology has meanings, but also how people identify is going to be different and might not conform exactly to these things. So it's not as clear-cut as all that. This one's easy, though. A man or woman who is romantically or sexually attracted to their opposite gender is called heterosexual or straight. No gender. A man who is romantically or sexually attracted to other men generally is going to be called gay. A woman who's romantically or sexually attracted to other women, it doesn't say if they're only attracted to other women, so this might be a bisexual person, but we're going to say they probably meant a lesbian. A person who's romantically sexually attracted to both males and females is going to be called bisexual. A person who is romantically or sexually attracted to people of all genders, that's pansexual and bisexual are more complicated than that. Bisexuality is not trans and non-binary people exclusive, just so you know. Someone who is only romantically attracted to people regardless of gender with little to no sexual attraction is called asexual. Someone who is only sexually attracted to people regardless of gender with little to no romantic attraction is called aromantic. Someone who has very little or no sexual or romantic attraction to people at all, regardless of gender, is called aroace. A heterosexual man or woman who supports and stands up for the LGBTQ+ is called an ally. A person who only feels romantic attraction to people regardless of gender, but feels a sexual attraction to people only after they've developed a close emotional bond with them is called romantic attraction. That's demisexual. A person who only feels sexual attraction to people regardless of gender, but feels romantic attraction to people only after they've developed a close emotional bond is demiromantic. Someone who is romantically or sexually attracted to people regardless of gender, but they could have a preference to a specific one. Oh boy. I guess that's a different way of describing pansexual. Someone whose sexuality fluctuates over time is called graysexual. A person who identifies as the gender they were assigned at birth is called cisgender. A man or woman who identifies as their opposite gender and feels their assigned gender doesn't fit them is called transgender. It's a little more complicated than that, in that I feel that way of defining it was a little exclusive. A person who doesn't identify as just male or female, but has both or two genders, I actually haven't heard of that specific thing. I mean, I've heard of that description, but I haven't heard of it being applied as either demigender or bigender. But I'm going to go with bigender. Gender has a lot of names, like so many names, for specific ways that people feel. What the heck is this picture? Someone who desires or seeks a romantic relationship partner but do not feel romantic feelings associated with those romantics is called, I think lithroromantic is when you have the feelings but when they're returned you do not feel them anymore. So I'm going to go with cupioromantic. A person who rejects or feels apathetic for labeling their romantic or sexual orientation is called, well, it's not a twink, trigender, or questioning, so I'm going to go with pomoromantic. Someone who desires or seeks a sexual relationship or partner but do not feel sexual feelings associated with those is called. I'm going to assume that it's cupiosexual. A non-binary person who identifies as a lesbian is called a lesbian. A non-binary person who identifies as gay is called... what? They're called gay. It must be one of these because it's not polygender or two-spirit. It must be trixic or toric. I have never heard of this. An indigenous person, here we go, I know what this is. A person with indigenous heritage culture background who also identifies with LGBTQ plus is called, they might be called Two-Spirit. Not all Indigenous people who are some kind of LGBTQ necessarily identify as Two-Spirit. A person born with sex characteristics that don't fit the male or female binary is called intersex. A person whose gender isn't fixed and feel any gender fits them is called, could be either of these top options. I don't actually know what xenogender means, but I'm going to go with your generic non-binary. Two women / a woman who is are in relationship with another woman, regardless of their sexual orientation, are called sapphic. Yes. Sapphic is a way to say that whether the person is a lesbian or bisexual or pansexual, or if it's a mixed relationship where one is a lesbian and the other one is bisexual or whatever, their relationship is sapphic. So you don't have to know their orientation to say those two women being together, that's sapphic. Some people also use this to be inclusive of non-binary people, but that gets into the realm of acting like non-binary people are women light. People also do this with a Killian and men being in a relationship with a non-binary person. And from what I've gathered, non-binary people have mixed feelings on this. So some are like, don't call it sapphic if it's a woman and a non-binary person. And some non-binary people would call that sapphic. So just be aware when you're talking about sapphic books or such things that you should probably specify whether you mean two women or a woman and a non-binary person. Also, a bisexual, if in a book there is a bisexual woman who gets together with a man, that book is not sapphic. It has bisexual representation in it. And those are two different things. All right, back to the quiz. Two men / a man who is are in a relationship with another man. This is the man version of what we just did. I'm going to say it's a Killian. A non-binary person who is romantically or sexually attracted to other non-binary people. I don't know what that's called. I'm going to go with Enbian, because that's words sounds closest. A person who experiences romantic attraction but doesn't desire it to be reciprocated. That's the one that I've heard of before. That, I'm pretty sure, is lithroromantic. This is taking too long. I'm going to finish this later. This seems to be a place where you can do self-insert. What's it called? Fan fiction. What % gay are you? Here we go. Which Oron High School Host Club character are you? This is a manga and anime. The main character, I'm not sure how she would identify, but she has something going on that's not very cis. There's a lot of queer vibes on the show. Haven't read the books. What are some of your hobbies? Reading. What are some positive traits I possess? I am kind. What are some negative traits you possess? I am oblivious. Choose a quote from the show. You like strawberries, right? Here, have mine. That seems good. This was short. Maybe I'll add some questions later. Bye-bye. I got Maury. He's my favorite character as far as who I would like to be associated with. My other favorite character is the one with the glasses, who I can't remember the name of, but I haven't watched in a long time, okay? But I wouldn't want to be said I was like him. This one is called What is Your Alt Aesthetic? And it says it's mega gay. So, what is your favorite band artist out of these? Oh, man. I don't listen to this kind of music. My Chemical Romance is probably the closest. Choose a hat so your brain doesn't climb out the top of your head. There's one that says MAGA on it, and below it says fuck you. I like the witchy hat. Which gay couple is the most fantabulous? Not that one. No. That one's pretty great. That one's okay. Gotta go for the Mohawks. Are you homo? Yes. Oh, I don't know what that means. What are your political views? I just want equality, love, and peace. I think the world should go by the Bible. No. I think the world should be equal and everyone should get a strawberry smoothie. I think the world should be equal and hairspray was cheaper. I think government should be abolished to create equality. There you go. Do you like me? I can pretend to like you. Pick a cookie. Oh man, I love this one. It looks like a Cookie Monster with which is frosting on a cookie, and it's very cute. Which of my DIY projects do you like the best? Not the bracelets. What is that? I saw cross stitch and I clicked. Do you like my quiz? Sure. Hi. Okay, I got goth. You aren't obsessed with death. Shut up, Mom. You probably love bats because bats are adorable and fabulous. You definitely want infinite eyeliner, and let's face it, you're definitely a feminist. Also, you would kill to have JD's coat from Heather's the movie. I do like coats. That was a fun quiz. I enjoyed my time. And this one's less gay, but sounds good for me. What genre of book should you write? Pick some flowers. Oh, I love flowers. Flowers. So many flowers. I like the rainbow flower. Pick a color and animal. Pink. And cats. Can I pick both? I can. Would you kill for your friends or have them kill for you? That's very dramatic. I'm afraid I'm a pacifist. Not in theory, but in practice. Like, I don't mind other people not being pacifists, but I personally would like to not be doing that, you know? Choose a picture. Ooh. Gotta go for the princess. Are you popular? I'm more of an introvert. That's a nice way of saying it. Pick some books to read. The Lunar Chronicles are pretty good. Oh, but it also lets me pick that one. Legend Born. Sing Me to Sleep. There's actually a lot of ones to pick here. So I love Sorcery of Thorns. They spelled act. What's your MBTI type? I am an INFJ. Pick something aesthetic. Cotton candy, carnival rides, pink and blue skies, sleeping in, roses on Valentine's. That sounds about right. I do love autumn, sword fighting, and ball gowns, though. Castles, parties with important people, wearing white to a wedding. That's weird. Gardens with golden apples, classical books, elven ears. Oh, that's even better. Oh, man. Hidden identities, enemy families, running from responsibilities, horse-drawn carriages, large estates, love letters, ball gowns, trench coats. Oh, I gotta go for the elves, though. Pick a musician. This is gonna be awkward, because I don't really listen to any of these people. I listen to AC/DC a little bit, like one song. Do you grow up reading or recently start reading? Grew up reading, and I still read. Do you connect with this picture? No, what the frick is that? I do connect with that picture. Okay, dark fantasy. That's interesting. Dark fantasy is probably one of my favorite tropes to read because it's so different from other book styles like fluff, romance, or realistic fiction. Dark fantasy is similar to regular fantasy in the way they are both likely to have elements of magic and possibly nobility, but dark fantasy is more about death, dragons, solving witchy murders, and curses rather than regular fantasy. Some of my favorite dark fantasy books are Folk of the Air, ACOTAR, Our Crooked Hearts, Legendborn, Gilded, and Lightlark. Well, that was fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If you'd like to leave an emoji, how about a question mark? Bye!